Hello and thank you for tuning in to another Insight interview. Today we're at the amazing North Shields seafront. Our guest today isn't shy to playing gritty roles, and she amazed critics in her first feature film Sorry We Missed You, and recently starred BBC's Responsible Child. Let's get an insight with Miss Debbie Honeywood. So we're here at a nice windy North Shields with Debbie. We've almost met a couple of times because didn't you apply to be a teacher at St Cuthbert's Catholic High School?
I did. I was very nearly your assistant head of year.
Can you imagine that?
But I was just pipped at the post.
Yep, and then I auditioned to be your son in the Sorry We Missed You. So we're here today though, have a little chat. So how did it come about you playing Abby in Ken Loach's Sorry We Missed You?
I had joined a extras agency like a good few years ago when I was 40, my 40th. I was like, I had a list of things I wanted to do, and I've always been interested in TV and film, and I'm a really big film buff, and we've got friends that work on TV, and I've been to see things filmed and stuff. Like, oh wow, I'd love to do something. I'd love to. Just like my friend works on loads of reality shows like Britain's Got Talent. So I'd be in the audience. It was brilliant though, and sitting next to like Simon Cowell. It's exciting. I mean, I don't even watch these shows, but just seeing it all happen is really interesting. So I've always been interested in all sorts of creative jobs. I'm a bit of a drama queen, but I've never been an actress before, and I've just always been interested in lots of different things, and signed up. And my first job was to walk past the kids in the dumping ground. And you just see my bum go across the screen. That was my first job, paid work, and I got called back in for that. That was marvellous. It was a Friday night and I was having my usual glass of wine, and I went, oh, what's this? And my husband went, oh, you should just go for it because you never know. And then my best friend Tracy, she sent it at the same time. I said, oh, that's a bit weird, but I said, you know, that'd be fun, it'd be interesting, being in the background of a movie. I didn't know who it was, what it was. I just knew it was about a family being filmed in Newcastle.
So did you just kind of get the plot?
It just said, we're looking for a woman in her 40s. She's got 2 teenage kids and she's in a caring profession, and obviously I've always worked with kids, so I thought, oh, I could do that. And then it was, got that, said yes, and then the next Friday I was coming in from work, and I've been doing PE all day with some students in King's just up there, and I got a phone call to say you need to send a video, just say who you are, and I was like, what? I said, yeah, and I said, well, who's the phone? She said, oh, it's for Ken Loach. And then I went, but you've got it, and she said, you've got to do it now because the cut-off point's like, you've got to send it right now. So I was like, oh, I had like my lanyard was still on, my hair was all over, and I was like, all right then. And I just talked to him and I said, hiya, I'm Debbie, and all that. And I just did this. Well, he must have. Well, my son came run downstairs and went, what you doing? You're not doing a vlog, are you? Like, and I just went, oh, that's this is me. And then the following.
You kept that in the video?
Just sent. I only did one. Just sent. I've still got it. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous. I'm always like that. I didn't even know what a self-tape was. Like, I've done one of them and just sent it. There you go, that's me. Because I'll have to learn. I've got a lot to learn. So I sent it, and then the next week I had to meet him for a drink.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Well, my family are massive fans, as I am. So I told my mum I was going on a date. Because I thought I might never. She went, oh, he's a bit old. She's 84. No, she's 83. And she went, oh, he's too old for me and all. And I went, he's not for you, ma'am. And I met him in town, and it was like just bonkers. I was early, PE again all day, sweaty, jumped off the metro, ran into a bar, and then he came hours early, and I saw him coming down the stairs, and I was like, hiya. He went, are you Debbie? He went, yep. And that was it, and we just chatted. No. We went on for ages. Honestly. So I was wagging work every week to having auditions. After week 2, I confessed that I didn't have a dentist appointment.
What did they say to that?
They said I had to go for it and they wouldn't tell the agency and I'd get paid.
Really? That's really good of them.
Yeah, I had to tell them.
Yeah.
But when they started doing like the auditions and the improvisation, I literally was like, I loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know what, I absolutely loved it, and I was like banging the tables, throwing things and shouting, and they just give me scenarios.
Yeah.
They give me scenarios every time, and I just kept doing it.
Did the nerves not get to you and you were like, oh, I don't know? You just
No,
went
I just full into it. Thought, well, I'm never going to have a chance to do this again, and what they're going to do, say no, and they kept asking us back. So every week I'd be like, "Arr!" I love it.
So what were the scenarios that you?
The first scenario was so Carleen Crawford, the casting director, was videoing, and just her and Ken.
Right.
And the first one was there was an actor sat, and I think he was the guy in I, Daniel Blake, the Scottish fella.
Right.
He was like,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names. That's another thing I need to learn. He was like, I'd been on a hen do with his missus,
Right.
and she'd shag someone, and I had to persuade him to let her back in the house to see a little girl.
Yeah.
So I just told him he was an absolute knob because he'd done it as well, and she's too good for him, and I just went after him. He couldn't get a word in edgeways, as you can tell, and he gave up. He's like that, a trained actor. And it went really well, and I just went, all right then, see you. And then I thought, didn't think, and then again, and then the next one was another brilliant actor. He was my boss. I was a supervisor. My friend was going to be sacked because she had mental health issues.
Right.
And she was off work too much, and I was sticking up for her. That's when I banged on the table. And it just went on and on and on. And then the last audition, I saw someone coming out that is a real trained actress, and I just said, oh, I'll see you later. Say bye to everyone. And Jack, the producer's son, Rebecca's son, had been texting upstairs saying, oh, I love Debbie, she's mad. Like,
Oh, really?
I like her.
That's nice, isn't it?
And he went, well, if you don't want to stay, like, just go up and say bye.
Yeah.
And when I went in the room, Chris was there, my other half. And he apparently went like that to Ken, and Ken went like that.
So it was like a great thing. That
Yeah, but I still didn't find out till weeks later, and nobody knew all of this information apart from me and my husband.
Right.
It was just a really strange time.
Yeah. So what was it like when you started seeing yourself on movie posters, on adverts, and all the rest of it?
Well, the first thing was good because it was the two Ginger Wonders are on the poster, so I was off the hook because I don't think I could have coped with me face plastered. Nobody needs to see that. No. It was all like. So obviously the first time I saw the film, we went to London to watch the screening, and it wasn't completely finished, but nearly there, and it was just like we were all sat in the back row holding hands going and then there was all these people like waiting to speak to us, and I went to the toilet and I sat on the toilet for 10 minutes like this. Oh, what have I done? What the hell have I done? Oh my God. Texted my husband, what have I done? I need to have a minute. And I literally sat there going, Jesus, that's really good. But I couldn't see myself.
Right.
And I was more watching Chris and the kids, especially the kids. I was watching them and in awe of them, and I just was detached from that. It was really emotional, and it took us a few days to like go, it's actually real, like we did actually do it. And then the next time I saw it was in the Cannes Film Festival.
That's mint. What was it like being there?
Unreal. Like, so basically I love movies. I watch also. I'm a bit of an old movie buff. I love cinema. I love anything. But I'm a real freak about red carpets and fashion and stuff like that. So I've always dreamt at that bit. Like I read Vogue. My house is full of Vogue. So I'm like already. I've joked with my husband for years. Like, I would have strut down that red carpet, and then I was like, I'm actually going to be on the red carpet. And when we were in London that day for the screening, we had a PR guy, and he was like, so what would you like to wear? And I was like, that. Right, I already had a list.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably already had it planned out.
I did. I said, oh, I know which designers I want to wear, and he just went, okay, and I was like that. It was like a proper, I was like, ab fab, Pretty Woman.
And what kind of movies do you like?
Oh, so I really honestly do love Ken Loach films. Like when I was a kid, the only book that I really switched on to was Kess, because I was a bit naughty. Like, I do the job. I should have had somebody like me in my school to keep me on the straight and narrow. I love all kitchen sink dramas. I love folk horror. I'm obsessed with things like The Wicker Man and Midsummer. That's really good. I'm obsessed with Robert De Niro. I met him. That was at the BAFTAs.
What was he like?
I think he was a bit in shock because I went, yeah,
Did you?
I'm in a film.
Could he understand you with the
Yeah, gives a cuddle. Yeah, I get really, the higher I get, the more drunk I was. Squeak. I think he was a bit taken aback. But I love gangster movies. All of his films, Goodfellas, Casino, Bronx Tale, anything like that.
Did he give you any advice? What do you think? Or was it not that?
It was literally like we were waiting to get a photograph taken, and there was somebody brushing my arm, and I went like that, and I went, oh my God. I love you. That's my first words. And he sort of went, hi. And I went, I'm in a film. He went, well, you wouldn't be here if you weren't. I went, I love you. I'm Debbie. And he just went, oh. And Paul, the writer, just stood and went, and just took the whole scene, because I think he was taking it back. And I went, can I have a cuddle? And I just cuddled him. Yeah, I've got pictures of her like that. I'm going to get them put on like a board.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, he's just lovely. I don't think he's ever met a Geordie though.
Yeah.
Chris, my co-star, was like that. I can't believe you've just done that. I went, when am I ever going to get the chance?
Yeah, exactly. You just got to take them. So you said you were a fan of Ken. What was his way of filming like? Because he's got like a unique way, isn't it?
So what he does is, it's all chronological order. Yeah. But you're not allowed to see the whole script. Right. So even if I was in a room and the script was there, it was taken away, and I was like, I'm not that quick a reader. I'm going to flick through it. I get like a couple of pages a day, and you work through them. You have to learn your script. I think sometimes people think it's improvised, but that's not. Your emotions are improvised, and sometimes you'll get you'll just get a direction. Like when he's going to drive off in the van. Yeah. That was just do what would you do if your husband was doing that? Right. That's when I'm running out and screeching like a banshee and nearly.
So just kind of tell you kind of what to do.
That was the because he can surprise you and he can scare you. Right. I remember when one of the first meetings and auditions and stuff, we all would go for coffee in the Tyneside cinema, and I remember one of them asking us what you're scared of, and I just said no, nothing, because I knew, because if I said I was scared of something I'm scared of loads of things, and I was like, nah, I'm not scared of nothing at all.
I bet they kept like analysing you, thinking, what is
no, I was like that. Nah, I'm not scared of nothing. Dead brave. But no, that was my only thing where you were just saying, right, what would you do if that was your husband? And also, like, you don't know what the other characters are doing. Don't know what's happened in their story, so you're all kept separate. Right. Yeah. So it would be times where I haven't seen Chris, and I'm like, get there on a morning, like, you're still alive. We weren't allowed to tell each other what we were doing.
That must be quite weird. So you didn't know whether the character could have been dead or.
Oh, we were all like, we would have our own little theories, like, what if you run Katie? He'd be going, I think, what if I run Katie over, or what if this, or what if you're like? It would be like all these little theories we'd have ourselves, because we wouldn't find out until we were given the scripts.
Yeah. You were part of a family, Joe, in the movie. Do you still speak to each other? What was it like being on set as a family?
So, yes. I keep in touch with the kids, but like my own kids, they only respond if they've been on Instagram, chat, Messenger, and I'll go there on message. If I text, especially Reese, we've had to do loads. We've been doing all sorts of stuff apart from the film, like the premieres and travelling around and stuff. So all last year we were with each other quite a lot. So you do get really close, like a real family, and I'm really maternal anyway. So they were I still see them as mine. So if I saw them now, they'd be on my knee, and you know, obviously not Reese, but Katie would. Yeah. We're very, very close because we were all put into a very, very strange situation. Yeah. So Chris would look after me because I freaked out on the first day of filming with the lines and that, and I had a cry in the kitchen. I can't do it. I've gone too far this time. I can't do it. And he's like, you can, calm. And then I'd look after the kids. So we're all very close. We do keep in touch. And Ginger's my best pal, one of my best pals now. So we text each other, message each other a lot.
That's nice.
You starred in the BBC drama called Responsible Child. How was that different to Sorry We Missed You, and did Sean Dingwell give you any advice?
So, that was the writer, the producer had seen Sorry We Missed You, and the director Nick, he just saw the trailer, and that's where they got asked us to go down. So it was my first proper London audition. Yeah. Which was really scary. I had to go down and so I had to go down in the day, stay over. It's like this. So Daniel Edwards was the casting director, who was lovely, and those two sat back, the cameras on you, and he would feed me the lines and say like different emotions. Like, can you say it? Like, you know, like how the lines were going, and I'm shy at describing acting. So it's like all the different emotions attached to what you're saying. Like, can you say it like this? Can you say it like this? And asking us about how I got like a little got the lines, and then you got like a background, because it was about the person I played was a real person. So it was all about the background on her and the kids. Well, with my experience of working with kids who've been through domestic abuse, parents who've got depression, parents who've got, I sort of understood a bit more and questioned why she hadn't had so much help, and we had a big conversation about that, which I'm more confident about. And then I had to do the lines and blah blah, and then I got it. Mint. 2 for 2. Yeah. Might not do anything again.
Well, it's 2 big things, I'm sure you will.
I hope so. Obviously then everything's stopped now, so we'll see.
So is acting something you're still trying to pursue?
100%. But going back to Responsible Child, it was really different. Yeah. Because I've been spoilt rotten. Because with Ken's team, you all travel together, you're all always together. There's no separate rooms, there's no nothing like that. On the TV sets I've been on, you're in your caravan on your own, and you know, there's like real people and like real actors in it, and I'm like that. I'll tell you this, I went in the room in my little case because I was moving hotels, or was I going home that night? No, I was going home that night. So I was like doddly, went in the room, saw Michelle Fairley, nearly curtsied because she's on Game of Thrones, and Sean Dingwell, and like one of the man who played the judge used to be a children's TV presenter, and me and my brother talk about it still now and do the voices. So he was there, so I was messaging my brother, and then it was like went round the table again, and the girls from makeup and wardrobe went, I like your dress. I was like, thanks. And they were like, it's Veronica. And I went, what? She went, it's not Debbie. And I went, I thought I was looking for my name. It was your character name. I'd been round the table twice, so I was like, this is a great start. And then they moved us so I could be opposite the boys, and then I was sat between Stephen Boxer, who's was this TV presenter that me and my brother joke about, and Sean Dingwell was there, and I was like that.
Oh my god.
So I got my page and I put my finger on it, so I was ready. Like, it's school, because it's school, I'd be like this. So I was like, right, concentrate.
I bet you had it like
I did.
Kept practicing the line.
I was like that.
Waiting for it.
But once you did it, it was just reading out loud. It's not. You said it's not as it's not as difficult. It's just natural. You just got to read out loud. That's all it is. You don't have to act. You just read it out. And I was like that. Okay, thank you. And my mouth was so dry.
Yeah, I imagine.
But he was lovely, and I'm still in touch with him.
Right.
I collect people.
collect people.
Yeah, I keep in touch with him. He's a lovely man. Like when we first watched the first bits for Responsible Child, like we went for a pint and stuff, and
nice.
he's really nice. Like he's got a lot of time for us. Like I can ask him.
Ask him a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll know loads about the industry.
Yeah, he does. He's been in loads of stuff. He's really experienced and he's really talented as well. But I played a little prank on him, and I I hid his fruit one day, and he really kicked off. And I went, "Oh, I'm not with one of my friends. I can't do that." But he's me mate. He's all right. He's cool.
Yeah.
But we keep in touch.
That's good.
Do you think it's an actor's job to tell these important stories? Because obviously Sorry Miss You's an important story, and so is Responsible Child.
Yes, it's very important that everyone's story's told.
Yeah.
Obviously Ken tells the stories of the working class. He's probably the best, but you've got people like Shane Meadows, who I think is the next generation. He's amazing. The Responsible Child story is really important because you do have it's important to question things, I think. No matter, like, it was a different subject, it was a hard subject to cover, but it's an important one because it needs to be discussed. Especially like letting press hound a kid. He's he was traumatized. All the background, you don't even know half of the story behind this family. Like, you'd be horrified. In Veronica, the mum, like, she was damaged not through her fault, and families need help, but the stories do need to be told, definitely.
Just to finish off, obviously we're both from the northeast. Where's your favourite place in the northeast?
Well, I'm from Wallsend, so obviously Wallsend, but I'm from Battle Hill actually, and I always say the posh end, and people go, "Where's that?"
I always say rather than
Walker. So Battle Hill will always have a place in my heart, but I moved down by the sea 3 years ago. My great auntie lives in Cullercoats, and we used to come down every Wednesday for tea and then spend time down here in the summer, and I'm really glad I've been down here now. I love it. But Wallsend and Battle Hill will always have my heart. My family all live them, so.
Well, thanks for coming down and being on Insight today.
You're more than welcome. I hope that was all right. I love my hair's all over.
I know it's a bit windy.
I hope you can hear. And thanks for asking us.
Perfect.
Was it all right?
Yeah, it's spot on.